And so I believe there's hope though. I don't believe that um, the foundations of our faith are useless, and that these ideas about valuing life, like valuing the unborn, you know what I mean? The sanctity of marriage. I don't believe that um, these things don't matter, but I think it's just the way we deliver the message. We talk about it a lot, but we don't always embody it. You know, we talk about the sacrament of marriage. We talk about how important marriage is, and yet the divorce rate in the church is 50%, just like it is outside of the church. So what does that say exactly? Um, there's still young women who are Christians having abortions. So what does that say? And I'm not saying that to, to make judgment or to say that they're wrong. All right. I'm just saying, just think about that. I trust that if we can live out our life as Jesus taught us, that people will see that life and begin to ask questions. You know, um, and then through our actions, through the way we walk, through the way we live, without making laws and without making it look, making political statements that way, without having to walk around with this banner of Republican conservative in one hand and Christianity in the other, saying that God is Republican or that God is Democrat, or whatever, you know, by just living it out as we're talking the Gospels, people see that, and then that brings them, into the family. That shows them the kingdom, and then they take that step where they meet God. And their salvation's worked out that way through that relationship. It's not us that saved, right? So, um, the best way to deal with these issues, though, these big issues of abortion and homosexuality, I think the best way to deal with abortion without being un-American is to develop ways of eliminating unwanted births. And I actually remember Obama saying this. He said that he wants to eliminate unwanted births. So, of course, he's not pro-abortion. I don't think anybody is really pro-abortion. To be pro-abortion would be like to get someone pregnant just to kill a baby, or abortion. You want that to happen, so you find a pregnant woman who wants to kill the child, and you go for it. I don't think anybody's like that. Well, some pretty crazy people in the world, so I'm sure there's somebody, maybe, but follow me, stay with me. And when a young girl gets pregnant in our neighborhoods, what do? We don't exile her. You know, we provide help. In the education and the rearing of the child. We build strong relationships, stronger families, stronger communities, and I believe that way a you see the abortion rate drop. Seriously, you know what I mean? A lot of these abortions happen to women who are in desperation or don't see another way. You know, People feel the orphanages are horrible places, and a lot of them, the system is pretty messed up. It's not as efficient and as beneficial as it could be, but it's better than death. It's better than not existing. Because life is beautiful. Life is a gift. And I think all life should be given a chance. Um, Hard thing. Homosexuality, as far as I know, is displeasing to God, as it would be. God created male and female organisms. Homosexuality is kind of counter to that creation of male and female organisms for procreation, to be a part of the creation, to be a partnership in creating new life. And God is all about that. I used to believe that homosexuality is a choice, but then someone tells me that they were born that way, and that they have never in their life ever had feelings for the opposite sex. And so, what can I say about that? Do I say they're lying? Some people do, but how can you do that? I mean, how do you think that would feel if someone said if you're lying about your love for your girlfriend or your love for your wife? That you're lying that you've always had feelings for the opposite sex, and that you never had feelings for the same sex. How would you feel? You wouldn't feel very well, would you? So, when someone tells you something like that about themselves, because you're not them, I think it's best that you don't assume they're lying, that you don't assume to know them, that you take what they say, And so when people say this, I have to think about this. And So I have to ask myself some questions, pretty much. When I get that, is primarily how do I show Jesus to an unbelieving homosexual, or maybe I forget the homosexual part and just show Jesus to this person who's in need of love. You know. So with that said, my first vlog, getting off my chest. Hopefully I didn't step on too many toes. Hopefully I enlightened, shared some part of me and my growth. Feel free to comment, disagree, agree, whatever. Um, but as you learn, I'm just a person looking at the world and trying not to be cynical about it. Really trying to understand. I'm trying to understand these things. So, grace and peace. Good night.